Samanamana, waka waka, 60 million down the drain. You know the rest. You know the Ross Clark rest. Hey, we needed that. That's the title. We needed that. I mean that's the title for this video. Don't get carried away. I'm saying Arsenal needed to win that game. It wasn't a must win. I know it wasn't a must win. Yeah, you could take a draw to the Emirates and whatnot, but no. We after the last two results, I've been saying the fan base need reassuring. Now, given the performance, was it a reassuring performance? Um, I would say, for me, defensively, yes, it was a reassuring performance because that's what I was asking for. I wanted us to go back to that rigid, no love, hardly any shots on target Arsenal. And yeah, they managed to get a couple shots off, but even when they did, that is why David Raya is the number one keeper. That's why David Raya is the number one keeper, bruv. The saves, the distribution, the calmness, the leadership. Bro, I think he got man of the match. I'm pretty sure he got man of the match. David Raya, man. Listen, when I saw the lineup, I was pretty much I was cool with the lineup. I was thinking that's the strongest lineup we could go with. There was a couple maybe arguments or hints of maybe Mascara at right back, but Ben White is a competent enough right back to be able to play these games. What I will say though is that felt like the only weakness in our defence, and I think one on one, who is he going up against? He was going up against Araujo a lot. The Araujo was coming down his side a lot, and I think one on one Ben White did well, but in terms of out of what do they call it? Out of what's the word? Oh, it's left my brain. But basically, yeah, out of possession. Yeah, when we're out of possession, they was targeting him, man. That long ball over the top. It felt like they watched that Southampton game and said, yo, this is what to do. He's the weak link as well. Over the top, we're going down that route. Or just in behind him. And they were getting real joy from that. But again, one on one, his defending was quite good. But it's just like that sharpness, man. You needed to be a bit sharper, man, because they was getting in behind. The midfield, Rice. To be honest, Rice was okay. I prefer Rice in this role, just kind of like a sweeper midfielder. Like let the creatives do their thing. When they lose the ball, make sure you're there to come and clean it up. Yeah, I like Rice in that role. Zubamendi in the first half, brother, I was like, are you playing? Like, what's going on, man? Where you at? Like, you're not. Like, everything was just all too timid and sideways and backwards, and it was nothing really penetrative. Odegaard, I feel like Odegaard actually, in the first half, was probably out of the midfield. He was showing the most initiative. He was the one he was the one trying to connect the attack with the midfield or defense or whatnot. He felt like he was trying the hardest, but it just felt like the execution of a lot of his actions just were a bit sloppy, a bit over here, a bit under here, a bit tame, a bit, he had a couple. I think he had like two. Did he have one or two shots? I'm not even sure, but yeah, man, I feel like Odegaard. I mean, couple set pieces he put in a decent set piece or two, but the execution was just lacking a little bit. Whether it's to do with, I don't know, like a bit of ring rust, he hasn't played in a bit, and also what I will put down to ring rust is he wasn't on his toes. There were so many moments where it's like the ball's falling and Odegaard, you're the closest player, but you wasn't prepped. You're not on your toes. You're not anticipating. You're not, And for me, that's just ring rust. So I feel like I saw good things from him, but hour mark or just before the hour, just around the hour mark, I see him. He's gone down, and I'm just like, yeah, that's it. once he went down, I was like, that's it, man. He's coming off the pitch. Yeah, they're gonna give him like the physio's gonna come. They're gonna give him treatment. He's gonna run back out, ask to come back on and act like. But I just knew. I think even in my watch along, I said, I'm gonna know everything in the next 5 minutes about Odegaard's season, and it showed. The next 5 or 10 minutes, he got subbed off, and that was definitely due to the injury. I could see they were putting something on. I think it was his knee. They was putting something on his knee on the bench. And my thing is, as much as I think he has been up and down this season, had some good performances, has had some not so good performances, poor performances. Availability is the best ability, man. And this season right now for Odegaard, it's a write-off, man. I feel like now it's a write-off because you can't tell me, oh, he's gonna just start against Bournemouth. I don't feel like that's gonna happen. If he does, then okay, we can open the discussion again. But as of this point right now, I can't save him, man. Me, I'm Odegaard's biggest fan. I'm Martin Odegaard's biggest fan, but I can't protect you anymore, bruv. Availability is the least you could do. Like, when you was on the pitch, listen. As much as some of the execution was sloppy, I didn't think you was on your toes enough. I was still appreciating what you was bringing to the pitch. I was still appreciating a man that can go deep with the ball, that can go deep to receive the ball and progress it forward and lead in the press and the intricate touches around the area, decent shot, nice set pieces, like I was really enjoying it. Like I feel like we've missed that a lot, but it's just damning that the moment you got hurt and came off the pitch, we scored a goal, albeit offside. Yo, that's gonna be the headlines, bro. It's gonna be like Odegaard came off the pitch, we managed to get a goal. All of a sudden, we start playing. We sub him off for Havertz. All of a sudden, we get a goal. Knowing that we know it's a bit more than that, but brother, I can't protect you anymore, man. I can't protect you any. Like if you can't protect yourself, I can't protect you, bruv. So Odegaard, I pray that it was just a bit of precaution, which I doubt. I pray it was a bit of precaution, and we see you against Bournemouth, because the last game against Bournemouth, you was probably one of our best players. You pretty much created both the goals, so that'll be a good game for you to come back in and get up to speed. Also because Eze, I don't know when Eze is back. They asked Arteta, my man said, oh, I don't know, he's a special character. What the fuck does that mean? What the hell does that mean? He's a special character? I don't know. Brother, give us a timeline. Give us, just tell us yes or no, or that match or this match. Yeah, that's a joke. But back to this game. In terms of the front line, I can't lie. I feel like it was only Madueke that was doing good stuff. Everything was coming down the right hand side. Ben White going forward, trying, but nothing really amazing. Madueke was really bright. Gyökeres struggled. Trossard kind of struggled all the way to the point where I feel like there was a time when Trossard and Calafiori was on the right hand side in the right half spaces, right wing, just trying to get involved in the game, really trying to get their get stuck in the game. But yeah, I feel like Trossard, it was a poor performance, and Martinelli coming on, yep, he raised the levels on that left hand side, which led to the goal. Even Max Dowman coming on, I don't think he did anything that noteworthy, but just him coming on brings up the spirits of the fans and the players and everything. So that's always good momentum for the team. And Havertz coming on. Having someone closer to Gyökeres always seems to work, whether it's Havertz or Eze. It seems like that's the recipe to get the best out of the attack. I'm not going to say get the best out of Gyökeres, but the best out of attack. Having someone close to Gyökeres, because what happens is when that ball gets played in, there's always seems to be a free man. Because I guess what people say is true. He does occupy the centre backs. But second half, Zubimendi turned up. He started really playing football, and yeah, I feel like we just kind of turned it up a notch, and we tried to push, but then didn't get much luck. And it got to like the 80th minute, 85th minute, and we started letting them come onto us, and I was getting a bit worried. I was like, I don't want it to be 0-0 this late, because I don't want it to feel like, oh yeah, do you know what, we'll take a point, Emirates will win the game. I wanted a win. I wanted a win. And when it's 0-0 that late in the game, it's almost similar to the Porto game. It was 0-0 quite late in the game. Looks like, cool, we'll take a point, and then bang, they hit you because you've let your guard down. You decided you want to soak up pressure. So I'm glad that the subs Arteta made were more forward-thinking subs. Although you could say Martinelli and for Trossard and Diamond for Madueke is like for like, with the Odegaard for Havertz for Odegaard sub, that is more attacking, because there's no way Havertz is going to play as deep as Odegaard played. So you're definitely pushing more people up front. There was no defensive subs or anything like that. So he was showing the intent that he wanted to win this match. So I'm happy about that, because he gets a lot of stick for Arteta's playing for a draw, all of this. And this is literally a typical game where a manager could easily play for a draw. He could have played for a draw, could have played for that 0-0, and I don't think a lot of people would have fought with him. But given the state right now, the state of the fan base and the club and the players and everything, this game needed to be won, not drawn. It needed to be won. And now it puts a little less pressure on the Emirates fixture, because we're already 1 goal up, and then we played them at home. So it should make you pretty confident that we go through to the next round. Obviously, I don't want to speak too soon. It's only 1 goal. Who knows what can happen between then and now. But again, we needed that momentum going into the Bournemouth game. Big up also Sporting, yeah. There's a few players that kind of caught my eye. One, the left back, Araujo, left back, left wing, whatever he is. He was giving Ben White a bit of a hard time. The Suarez guy, he's decent, man. He looks decent, bruv. He looks better than Gyökeres did when we played them last season. He was, yeah, man. He made them work for a bit. He made David Raya make a save or two, or did he? Nah, he made that cross that where the header got saved at near post. So, yeah, man. I think he's actually a decent striker. Katamo, yeah, he's good. Second half, they decided to come down the right hand side rather than the left, and Katamo was, yeah, man. He was Calafuri, I think, defended well, but he definitely had him once or twice. But for me, the standout Sporting player is their centre back, Diomande. Diomande, bruv, this guy's a unit. Bruv, my man's so big, bruv. Pause. Gyökeres was just backing up. He fell down like he hit a brick wall, fam. He turned around. No, it's Diomande. Brother, some of the passes he was making as well. That first, like literally what I was saying, in behind Ben White in the first half, outside of the boot, right-footed, in between the centre-back and the full-back, perfectly weighted. And then my man, David Raya makes probably the save of the match, and it comes off the bar. Yo, if that went in, that pass would have been, that was a serious pass, man. So big up there Monday, man. He's someone to watch out for, I think. I'm going to keep an eye on him now, because I really enjoyed that performance. But what I can say is also for us, big up Martinelli, because just before that goal, I was getting onto him saying, that trick don't work, bro. You keep doing this trick, that trick don't work. Bang! He manages to cut inside, dinks in a beautiful ball. Havertz controls it, kills the ball. And he's just looking up like, wow, can't believe I'm in this much space. Buries it. So yeah, man. Anyway, that was a perfect smash and grab. Lovely away performance. It felt reminiscent to certain performances at the beginning of the season where we just stay solid and then win it in the end. Looking at who played? Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. I need to look into that game. Obviously, the winners of that's on the other side of the bracket. But I can't lie. I feel like Bayern are going to the final. 2-1. At 2-1, they left it a bit open, but the fact that they played the second leg at home, they should be comfortable. Yo, Madrid must be pissed, because Kane was not meant to be fit for this game. But it looks like he was fit, and it looks like he put in a shift. He managed to get a goal. and the winning goal at that. So yeah, man. Mbappe, I see Mbappe on the score sheet as well. That's going to be interesting. I'll get to the highlights of that. Or I might even sit down and watch the full 90 of that. But yeah, man. Arsenal win 1-0. Bayern Munich win 2-1 versus Real Madrid. So right now, Madrid and Sporting, yo, the onus is on you. You're both a goal down going into the second fixture away from home. Tall orders, tall orders. Can any of them turn it around? Listen, I don't care what Madrid do, but Sporting, behave yourselves. Luckily, Suarez, I swear, he got carded somehow. I don't know how he got carded, what it was for, and I was getting excited because I was like, "Oh, that means he misses the second leg." But then they rescinded it. So someone break that down to me. I was watching the game on mute. I ain't got a clue. I got to look that up. But yeah, man, for the most part, I'm happy with the result. A win is a win. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was like some poor performance. Um, it did lack a bit of imagination, but I think that's just due to our main creative player just being a little bit sloppy. I think also as well, just the extra shout out to David Raya because that is why. That that is why. That's it. That's all I have to say. That is why. Anyway, people, comment, like, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing more watch alongs. Got another video coming tomorrow. I'll probably break down the PSG Liverpool game because I'm excited to watch that as well. Yeah, man. Champions League. Second leg, we move.